Mecklenburg Aquatics. They're hosting the Masters Nationals this weekend. Team Santa Monica out there.
That's my last video.
Look at this, lots of good spirits out there. See Princeton represented. See, of course, a lot of Natadors.
In line with the buoys, we're slightly
Our girls from Florida out there.
and we're almost ready to start.
The officials are giving them the almost ready to start. They got to slide them back, and that's always the thing, is get everybody in that right position. Start's important for psychological purposes, but obviously over 10 kilometers, you don't need the same reaction time between a 50-yard freestyle, or even in any pool event for that matter.
Oh my goodness.
Sometimes in a race like this, the official will use a rope to start the athletes. We're not using ropes in today's event. Officials didn't want to use that because of the potential for any stormy situation that might arise on the course. A lot of times they will use a rope to line the athletes up, but right now they're just instructing the athletes to back up, and they're almost ready. I'm going to turn it back over so we can keep quiet for the start.
Okay, I'm gonna turn it over to the starter. The starters to your right.
Guys, I will put my flag up, and when I drop it, hit the horn. That's go. Okay, come on.
We got 48. Right there. Is that 84? 84. 84, 54, 78. Okay. Audrey Birch. Sam, it's number 84, Audrey Birch, off to an early lead here. About 100 meters in. Christine Jennings, the veteran, out there. She's probably in the second position right now.
Hey, Mike, just so you know, we're going to be offline for a while we do the men's award ceremony. Men's award ceremony coming up.
Okay, just tell me when you want to go back online and I'll go dormant for a while. What's the temperature over the ocean? Oh, okay. But it can cool down pretty stiffly over the winter? Or
Normally it does. This year it did that. I've been here where it's stuff.
I heard that. That's surprised me, yeah.
Because there's no current. The East
Okay.
Coast is warm because of the fall.
Right.
There's no current here, so it's here. So
You just rise and fall. There's Christine Jennings now with a solid lead. She's found that position. Emily Bruneman there in the second spot. Looks to me like I can't tell who that is up there from Team Santa Monica, but they're obviously putting some effort. Is that 85 or 70? 75. 75 is Lillian Casso from Team Santa Monica. And it looks like behind her is that Ashley Twitchell. Well, we got Ashley Twitchell on the inside, Brooke Lorenzen up there on the top for Mission Viejo. Ashley Twitchell, the 10K champion. Also, Ashley and Christine swam the Crippen Mile last night, so they're certainly putting in the distance. Ashley has secured a position for herself for the Olympic qualifier on June 9th in Portugal. At that event, They'll be picking 15 more athletes to round out the Olympic field of 25. It's not as easy as just picking the top 15. It's a little bit of computation based upon continental representation, but it looks like the United States will have a very good chance to pick up one spot with Ashley Twitchell and Haley Anderson going over to represent the United States for that event. Jennings with a solid lead around the first buoy. Emily Bruneman right behind her. Both very, very good athletes. Such a strong finish yesterday. They both had great races in the 10K, and unfortunately, it's only two of them get to make that position. But these athletes sure are determined. It's actually Twitchell on the inside here, looking strong and probably taking a better line. I'm not quite certain at this point, but it's interesting to see. Christine Jennings looking over as she breezes to her left side. You can see her Natador teammates, Brooke Lorenzen and Ashley Twitchell there. Women are certainly separating themselves much more than the men. As we see what looks to be a pack of about 9 that are going to distinguish themselves as this lead pack, and I'm going to say that this is probably going to thin out rather quickly, but probably around 5 or 6. Now they're breaking in together now. Sitting there right on Christine Jennings. Nice and smooth. Not having to lift her head, which of course conserves energy. Very high rate of turnover from young athletes from Team Santa Monica. But now it's Ashley Twitchell who's taking this lead. Very efficient sighting technique there by Ashley. Hi, Sam. Apparently not. I think I'll have to switch over to the other radio. So, okay, very good. I'll go back on. Okay. How's this sound? Okay, Sam, as we get out here to about 1,000 meters, it's Ashley Twitchell who's now taking the lead. Very good. Okay, Sam, we're about 1,000 meters into this race. Ashley Twitchell has now taken over the lead from Christine Jennings, who did have the lead around that first buoy. Right behind Christine, however, is Emily Bruneman, really in a nice position. Something interesting to note about Ashley is she's so efficient in her sighting. That's one of the things that open water athlete has to be concerned with, is how they sight, because lifting your head too much can cause the athlete to use an inordinate amount of energy and resources if they have to do that repetitively over time. And Ashley does this very well. Emily has been smartly just riding right on Christine Jennings and has hardly had to lift her head at all. But around this first spar buoy, again at about 1,000 meters, we're going to give this to Ashley Twitchell, who has a commanding lead, and Christine Jennings there in the second position. Ashley won last year's 5 kilometer, and as we know, she did win the 10K handedly on Friday. So she's looking very good right now. Emily Bruneman in the third position, Christine Jennings second position, and it's number 75. That's Lillian Casso from Team Santa Monica. Team Santa Monica doing a very good job training their athletes in open water. They've had very strong showing with Jordan Wilimowski and some other athletes throughout this event. It's nice to see another team really putting a lot of emphasis in this. But right now, Sam, we have simply got a lead pack of 7 that are just lined up, single file, one by one, with about, I would say, 30 meters top to bottom. And it looks like we're going to drop number 7 here rather quickly. But Ashley Twitchell just smooth, moving right along very nicely. Christine Jennings second, Emily Bruneman in third, and Lillian Casso from Team Santa Monica in fourth. And Brooke Lorenzen from Mission Viejo Natterers rounding out the top 5. And I think those top 5 are now starting to move away from number 6 and 7 here. You're going to see all the action here in this top 5 group. Well, reporting from out here, it looks as though now this group of the top 5 has separated itself. We've got 2 more in between them here, number 78 and number 74. 78 is Danielle Juskowski, and 74 is Isla Hutchinson. 78 is Daniel Matowski, and 74 is Isla Hutchinson Maddox in the 6-7 position. And then behind them is the rest of the field. There's a large pack of athletes about 50 meters back now. So top group of 5 has separated themselves, and then we have a group of 2 athletes in the middle at this point. But it's Ashley Twitchell in the lead, Christine Jennings right on her, and then right behind her we find Emily Bruneman, Brooke Lorenzen, and Lillian Casso there in the back of that lead pack as they head down the back stretch here at about 1,500 meters into the river. Sam, out here, there seems to be on this side of the course, you got a nice group of people out here on their docks cheering the athletes on. That's always exciting to see. Maybe they'll get the open water swimming bug somewhere down the line. Rounding this far buoy now. It's still, from this perspective, it's Ashley Twitchell out in front, Christine Jennings, Emily Bruneman. All of them working real smart, real smooth right now. Making their way back down towards that first start-finish turn. Interesting to watch Lillian Castle and Brooke Lorenzen in the 4 or 5 position here, side by side. A little bit of touching on each other there, incidental touching that is. Each one of them trying to get right there behind Emily. Looks like Lillian's got a nice little draft in the sweet spot of Brooke Lorenzen. That's probably really the only place to race where you see kind of much going on right now. It's just Ashley out there looking very smooth in the lead. Very long, very smooth, characteristic of Ashley Twitchell. Very well composed athlete. Graduate of Duke University, Ashley Twitchell. Real good representative for the sport as well. She trains hard. I think she's an inspiration to a lot of her younger teammates out there in Southern California. And she sure does put a good face on us, but to think that there's anything that's not at stake, to think that this race is sort of inconsequential to these athletes would be a mistake. Although they're tired, I was talking to Ashley and Emily earlier, and this is a national championship, so Ashley, of course, would like to double up on national championships this weekend, and Emily would like to take one, and of course, Christine Jennings would like to grab that. So, anybody here can get it. It looks, though, like we're even starting to gap out a little bit. This actually might turn into a 3-woman race as we go around through here. But right now, we still got a pack of 5 separating themselves and holding the lead as we get back to the first start finish on lap 1 of 3. I will say, Sam, that looking back in that trailing pack, it's a rather large pack, and very good racing going on back there. It's going to be a proving ground for some of those athletes, many of which this is their first major open water competition. And as I said during the men's race, there's a lot of things that make an open water competition different than a pool. Obviously, you're not in a pool, but it's knowing your relative position on the course. That's so much more difficult than when you're in the pool environment. And knowing how to pace and strategize, limiting back off with the draft. These are all things that the athletes must learn. And so as we look back in that second group, we know that there's a lot of experience being developed, and we're certainly going to see some of these women climb their way up to the top of the totem pole here in USA Swimming's open water. But right now, it's our veterans. Sam, we're 1.6 give or plus into this race. One lap down, 2 more to go. Ashley Twitchell still holding the lead. Oh, Christine Jennings just got wrapped up a little bit there in the buoy. And Emily Bruneman is now in second, but they're going side by side there. Liliana Casal from Team Santa Monica looking really good there in the 4th position. Brooke Lorenzen there rounding out the top 5. With an Olympic berth at stake in Portugal for Ashley and Haley, one of the things I think that is nice to see is the strength of both these women. Right now, Ashley Twitchell is certainly looking like someone who has a strong possibility to contend for a medal in open water there at the Serpentine Lake in London's Hyde Park. Last year at the test event, Ashley was one of the athletes that was selected to go over, and unfortunately, she was struck with some food poisoning and didn't get to compete in last year's test event. She does have familiarity, however, with that course, and that certainly is an advantage for the athletes. Mentally, of course, they can visualize what it looks like, what they're going to experience in the Hyde Park waters. Hyde Park, the lake there, in the Serpentine Lake, is going to be about 10 degrees cooler than it is here, so it's going to be a bit more challenging from that perspective. I call this swimming pool temperature, about 78 degrees. Competition pools are typically capped for 79 to 81 degrees according to regulations. This is just slightly below that, an ideal, very comfortable temperature for these athletes. Also in the Serpentine over in London, one of the things the athletes will contend with is I guess you'd call it kind of a sludge, so to speak. There's an algae that seems to form in that lake, but British officials told us last year that it's nothing to be concerned with, but the athletes sure found it of interest as they came down and out of the water and sometimes found some sludge there in their suits, but they were no less worth the wear, and it's a great venue. It's going to be exciting this August. I think it's going to be great things for open water swimming. As I mentioned on Friday, Hyde Park is much like New York City Central Park, so it's the big central gathering place for London. The course, of course, on the Serpentine is going to be an open course, meaning people can watch the entire race without a ticket. There's ticketed areas, but anybody can show up, and it's going to be quite exciting for the athletes. So I'm sure that as Ashley here in this 5K is looking strong, she's considering that she is going off for Portugal. She and Haley Anderson will be vying for a position in the Olympics in that field of 25 athletes that make the Olympic field. But in this race, I'll tell you, Christine Jennings and Emily Bruneman both looking strong and are perhaps conserving a bit more energy riding behind Ashley. Ashley, however, is not using her legs hardly at all. Not barely even a 2-beat kick right now. All in the upper body, looking smooth, good balance rotation. Go ahead.
Did you give us I know you've only got that lead pack with you, but we want to get the numbers out of those packs we put on the website.
Okay, I'm only going to be able to give you 5 because that's all I can see, and that is 57, 90, 63, 75, and 56.
It's great. I'll give them the names. You're going back online.
Gotcha, Sam. I'm going to come up now, just trying to conserve a little battery. Gotcha. Sam, the pack now is the 3 veterans, and it's a pack of 3 with Ashley in the front, leading it. We got Christine Jennings right behind her and Emily Bruneman in the 3rd position. This race could go to any one of these ladies. They're all phenomenal athletes, and we know that Ashley was very, very powerful towards the end of that 10-kilometer race, but I also know that Christine and Emily are both interested in wanting a national championship very badly. So it's going to be interesting to see. But right now, very smooth, just a pack of 3, moving along, well orchestrated. It's almost like synchronized competitive swimming out here, with each athlete moving in unison as they head out towards the far part of the course. We're almost at the 2.5 kilometer mark right now. What's up, Sam? Just a second. Or we can just stay. Do you want to just stay live on the phone? I've got plenty of time. Why don't we just keep it open rather than keep doing that? It's easier on my hands. Hold it, Sam. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. I got too many things in my hands right now. Just give me a second. I'm gonna put my headset in. Okay, you there? Okay. Yeah. Just kind of getting all wrapped up in things here. Okay. Okay. Okay, very good. And my audio's okay? Oh, I can hear you okay. I just can adjust the cable here. I'm sure the folks on the live broadcast are hearing us try to settle out this technical difficulty, so no problem there. Okay. Okay, that sounds great. Okay, I think I've got a better position on these microphones now. How's that? Okay, Sam, we are at 2.5 kilometers now, heading back on this, the second of 3 laps. Ashley Twitchell holding her lead, looking strong with Christine Jennings right behind her, Emily Bruneman in the 3rd position. This is the race right now. This pack has separated themselves clearly from the rest of the group. Brooke Lorenzen and Alicia from Team Santa Monica are back in the 4-5 position, and they're going to hold that swimming together. But it's these 3 right here. But as we head down the course, I can't see the sort of the main pack right across from me. And those athletes, again, a lot of good experience going on right there. Those athletes are working and understanding the nuances of open water swimming, many of which are swimming this event for the first time. Very exciting to see this opportunity for these young women as they look to establish themselves and perhaps someday be the next Ashley Twitchell or Christine Jennings or Emily Bruneman, names that are well known in open water swimming in the United States and throughout the world. It's interesting on this side of the course as we start moving back because we get this sort of optical illusion that we're swimming against the current, the way the wind shock plays out over there. But of course they're not, and they're looking good. We have a beautiful position right here on these athletes. The media boat, as you can probably see there on the live feed, is just right here. Yeah, this is outstanding. Just looking down, you can see it's nice, efficient, beautiful strokes. All 3 of these women, really efficient. You know, that's what made them. They were all very strong in their own right in the pool as collegiate swimmers. Ashley was a Duke. Christine Jennings was at University of Minnesota. Emily Bruneman at the University of Michigan. Well, of course, Sam, we're not going to call any race at this point of the game, but I will tell you, I could do as the old famous Los Angeles Lakers announcer, Chick Hearn. He used to always put the game in the refrigerator. And I would say we could put the 1, 2, 3 position in the refrigerator at this point, barring anything that would happen to either one of these three ladies. Our gold, silver, bronze athlete is going to come out of this group, but certainly they all want the gold, and Ashley has certainly been, she's been the one that's been carrying the burden on this one, pulling these other two along. We'll see if at the end of the race it's going to hold either Christine or Emily Bruneman in good stead, as perhaps they have a little bit more energy to make that push. But we also know that Ashley was able to make a break in the 10K, and she did that at a point not too far off from where we are now, with a little over 1 lap to go. We're on our way back. We're at about 3 kilometers into this race, and here we head back in towards the start-finish turn, and it's certainly, this is just again, it looks like a well-oiled machine here as these athletes work together, almost like what some of you may know, the Vita Relay, where athletes work in concert together. A team of 3 actually works together, and they strategize much like bicycle racing, and it is a team pursuit event, and the 3 athletes work together and pull each other through the course, with the time of the total team time being determined by the final athlete to cross the finish line. It's a new FINA event. It's very exciting, and kind of looks like that's what we have going right here, but this is an individual event. So what's going on right now in the athlete's mind? You know, they're at this point where these 3 women surely know that they're in a comfortable position with almost a 200-meter lead over the rest of the pack. Okay, here they come, Sam. They're about 200 meters away from that last turn. Probably about 3,300 meters into this race. Often I've asked a lot of these athletes sort of what's going through your head at this point in the race. Some of them are singing songs, some of them are thinking about what's their strategy going to be as they go into this last lap. Looks like Ashley is actually making a slight push right now. If there was ever a gap in this pack, it's starting to develop slightly right now. Again, this was about the point that Ashley did start to make that move in the 10K. A little over 1 lap to go, and she just sort of put the hammer down and started to go for it. Now, her teammate Christine Jennings surely knows how this woman swims, and maybe learned something in the 10K that she's going to employ and not let her get away on this one. But it'll be interesting to see. I ran into Emily yesterday over at the Florida Gulf Coast University swimming pool, and she was She's just loosening up a little bit. She said she wanted to get her muscles clear and get ready for today. She had put behind what I would consider a strong performance, albeit disappointing, because she, of course, wanted that second place or first place position. But she's determined as well. She's not a quitter. This is one strong woman, along with all three of them. And it's going to be interesting to see, because now Christine and Emily have kind of closed off a little bit. But like we've seen so often in this, let's watch what happens as they come around this final buoy and see if we start to see a tempo change, start to see a little bit more of a kick from Ashley Twitchell, who's basically just let her kick just rest pretty much this whole race. She hasn't put much leg into this at all. Even at this point, actually, none of these three women have had to put a lot of leg in yet. So it'll be interesting to see how they go. We do know that there has been a lot of racing for these women over the last 3 days. The 10K on Friday, last night's Crippen Mile. And some may say, hey, that Crippen Mile was just for fun, but you know what? You put athletes in there and you push the starting horn, and I'll tell you, they're going to go hard. And so they're tired. These women are tired, but they're determined. And there you see it, just as we thought we would. A little bit of a stroke tempo change. Oh, a little bit of a punch there for Ashley. She got a corner of that buoy. She turns over on her back, says, are they still here? And they are. But she puts her head down and off she goes. As we go into the final lap here, there's a little bit more kick, a little bit more intent in the front part of her stroke. She's digging deep. She's grabbing the water, pulling herself forward, looking really good. And there goes a little bit more kick as Christine Jennings tries to hang in them. Let's hear what Emily's going to do with this one. But you see a little bit more distance between these women. And certainly Ashley is making a break for it right now as they head into this final lap. Yes, I am. I'm here. Okay. I'll come on radio. Can you hear me, Sam? Okay. Okay, we'll do it. See that pack in the back there, that's where most reaction is. So
Okay, mic check.
I'm on, Sam, I can hear you.
Okay, Mike, you there?
Affirmative.
Give this a shot, just bear with me a little bit longer.
Sam, I'll call this with about 1,200 meters left to go in the race. Ashley looked like she tried to put on a push there as we came around the start turn buoy. And, Christine and Emily just stayed right with her. And now they've kind of settled back into that pace line that they had before. Ashley, however, has certainly put up the tempo a bit. But when she did look back, I think she realized that, okay, the strategy just to drop them right there wasn't going to be the one that was going to happen, at least not yet. So she's going to up the pace and see what she can do. And but Christine Jennings and Emily Bruderman are determined to stay right with her. An experienced open water swimmer like these women, all three of them, each have many strategies that they can employ. Like any good athlete, they don't just stick to necessarily one game plan. They have to be prepared for all sorts of changing conditions. Some athletes may make a burst at a certain point of a race, and they have to make determinations whether they hang with them, whether they burst to the front, whether they drop into the back. All of these things go through the minds of these athletes as they're working their way through any elite competition such as this. And with about 1,100 meters to go, as Ashley Twitchell turning first at that buoy, still looking strong, still holding the lead. Christine Jennings in that second position. Christine Jennings, very strong stroke. She's very just powers through the water. You know, a little bit shorter stroke, not as long, not quite as balanced as Ashley Twitchell, but nevertheless strong. She has on one side she seems to go a little bit short, but she sure does reach out in front. I can see right now, we're right on top of these athletes. You can really see where they catch the water out in front. Ashley does a very good job of that. And Emily Bruderman has a very nice stroke as well. Very balanced in the back of the pack. Each one of these athletes now still going strong, still looking good, as there's just under 1K left in this race. Yeah, I'm still on, Sam. Just making sure I got enough for the finish. Not much is changing.
No worries, bud.
Okay, with just slightly under 1K to go in the race, it's still Ashley Twitchell out in front. Strong and smooth. Christine Jennings in that second position. Emily Bruderman holding on to the third. Emily, who breathes bilaterally, that means on both sides. I think she might be actually looking at both boats. We got an official boat on one side, we got our boat on the other, and she seems to having those two gives her a good point of reference, sees where she's at, as she just has to look down at the bubbles coming off of Christine Jennings' feet, holding that nice strong position, getting that good slipstream that Ashley's setting for everybody. But I'll tell you, Ashley Twitchell at the front of this pack sure looks strong, technically very, very good swimmer. Very good open water swimmer. Good swimmer in any condition, but particularly for the open water. You see on the online broadcast there, you can see the way she catches a sight. It's almost imperceptible there as she just barely lifts her eyes to see, hey, where's that buoy? So she's trained herself very well to navigate the open water, and she's looking very, very good in this race right now. Okay, as we come across that far turn buoys here, it looks like Ashley went a little bit wider that time. You know, she did kind of punch the buoy there at the start-finish line. The yellow triangular buoys out here, but she went a little wider, missed that, picking up her kick slightly. It'll be interesting to see as she heads down the home stretch here if she tries to put on another change here. She might be holding it just for that last buoy that comes around as we head straight into the beach. Oh, there Emily got tangled up just a little bit on that. Really important though for the athletes if they're in that 2-3 position not to fall off. And that's what Emily's trying to, or excuse me, that's what Ashley's trying to do, is see if she can drop them a little bit. You want to make sure you're in there. It looks like Emily's dropping just a little bit as a result of that snag up. But she's back on Christine there, and now the three of them continue as they've done the majority of this race, just working in a straight line together, and Ashley with that lead, and Christine in that second position. Sam got about 600 meters left in this race. Ashley still looking strong. She certainly set the tempo. But Christine and Emily, they're just not giving up. They are right there with her. And it still could be any one of these women's race as we move towards the finish. Okay, Sam, and now here goes Ashley. She's really making a move for it, but the move is the big move is looks like Emily Bruneman is really trying to hammer down, and she's now starting to take the lead from Christine. She's now moved up right next to her, and she is really kind of putting in more of a kick. It's going to be interesting to see. She's going to have a better position around this next buoy, which is certainly could help her. She could string along. Just remember, it's sort of those geometric principles here. She's closer to the radius. She's going to make this turn, and we'll see what happens. But Ashley has opened up just a little bit. And now, yes, Emily has got that second position, and we'll see if Christine is able to hang in there with her. She's in that sweet spot of the draft spot on the hip. But Christine does look like that may have broke her a little bit. We'll see what's going to happen here. If she's going to continue to kind of keep fighting on. Now, she has settled in. She's found that position right behind Emily. And you know, Christine could simply be looking at that position going, you know, I'm going to do the same thing to Emily. But I'll tell you, now Emily's trying to make a move on Ashley. So she's right now, right on her feet, almost touched her toes. But we all know this is going to be a good one. We've got about 175 meters to go, and it is looking good. Emily did try to put a push there, and Ashley has held her off so far. Oh, here comes Emily on the inside, trying to make that move. Emily Bruneman, fast out of Fullerton, trains with the legendary coach John Urbanchik. As she tries to make a strong move, she's got a higher stroke rate than Ashley right now. Certainly is executing more of a kick. But the efficiency of Ashley Twitchell, I think, is holding her in good stead. Now, there goes Emily moving to the other side now. Strategically, maybe she's trying to break her because Ashley's a right side breather. She does not breathe bilaterally. So maybe Emily wants to show her. Now, here comes Emily. Emily is charging. This is actually a very, very good race. Christine Jennings is not able to hold the pace with these two now. They've broken away, and you have Ashley Twitchell in the yellow cap, closest to the shore. On the outside with the orange tape securing her goggles with the white cap, that is Emily Bruneman, who's now pulled up even with Ashley Twitchell. So they are side by side, stroke for stroke. And remember, Emily has had the benefit of riding in that third position draft behind Ashley and Christine the majority of this race. And so we're going to see, this is really going to come down to those final 20 meters perhaps 10, perhaps 5. As you watch this race and see how close it is, remember that they have just completed 5 kilometers of racing. 3.1 miles, and yet they're this close to one another. Oftentimes people would expect athletes in a 50 freestyle to be this close, but these athletes are side by side. This is going to come down likely to tenths of seconds, just like it has in so many of our elite open water races.
Mike, when we get right on shore, is there any way we keep the radio talk to a minimum?
Oh, this is good. Okay, Sam, Emily has just got a slight lead. Here we go. 30 meters to go. Oh, there goes Ashley. Look at that kick she's putting in there. Look at both of these kicks. Just like the men's race. Just as powerful. Look at the rooster tail coming up off of their legs. They're coming in strong. They're fighting. Both have even line here. It's literally going to be a total finish. Look at this. Is it going to be Emily? Oh my goodness, baby. Oh, it's Ashley Twitchell. Oh, how close. It's an amazing race. Beautiful as both of them Sam, that was some of the most determined and powerful racing I have seen in open water, and we've all had the pleasure of experience out here today. Both Emily Bruneman and Ashley Twitchell have given it their all. They gave it their all throughout the entire 5 race. Christine Jennings as well. All 3 of these women put in a great race today. Okay, I'm going to go.
We'll see you at the next one. We'll see you at the next one, Mike.
Yeah.
I didn't see it in there. Go, Danielle! Oh, I didn't see it on top.
Go, Danielle!
Folks, in about 1 minute, we're going to interview our top 2. We're interviewing our top 2. So come on over to one of the front of that action.
Go, Danielle! Go, Danielle! Go, 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 Danielle! Go, go, go! Go, Danielle! Go, go, go! Go, Danielle! Go, 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 go! Come on, Danielle! Go, 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 Danielle! Come on, Danielle! Go, 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 go!
Go, Danielle.
Ladies and gentlemen, here with our top 2, and Ashley Twitchell and Emily Bruneman. Well, don't know there's a differential, but Ashley, I'm told that you just edged out over Emily. I'm sure that is a fantastic finish from our perspective. Let's start with What was your strategy down the stretch after you did? Did you just race for the finish, or did you have an idea of which side you wanted to go to, or what were your thoughts there? Emily certainly made it tough on you there. She started for that big challenge on the last 300 to 400 meters. What were the thoughts when she pulled up inside of you? Emily's stepping a little closer for us. So Emily, yep. Just note that you're a veteran in this sport and a veteran in the swimming awards over a long time, but that was quite a battle you had there. What were your thoughts? I mean, obviously the strategy was to lay back a bit, but
Go!
play out as you hope.
Go! 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 Up! Up! Oh, kick! 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 Go! 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 Get it, Hannah! Get it! Go, Hannah! Go, Hannah!